Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to podcastjuice.net. My name is Michael Dean. Of course, I'm joined by the lovely Violet Brown. Violet, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's a little hot in here, so I got my fans going. But,
why is it hot?
Well, I mean, I don't know. There's not a lot of circulation in the air in here, so it just gets a little.
What's y'all's I'm like, because it's 77 degrees, so it's extra cold.
Well, I'm in the Northwest, so for you, that's probably like nothing out here. That's hot.
Really? Okay.
We don't have air conditioning here, so that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I'm good.
So I'm trying not to look like a runaway slave here, sweating.
Oh yeah, that's tough, man.
But all right, so we are here today. You always think about, getting into Prince, getting into anything that has a large body of work. Really, can sometimes be intimidating, and it's easy for us as longtime fans, hardcore fans, if you will, that we know the catalog back and forth, and we can pick and choose, and it's easy for us to sort of wade our way through all of this because we just know it. And if I want this type of Prince, I can get that. If I want this, but imagine you haven't gotten into Prince really. You may have heard of who that is. You might be a little younger, and maybe your parents was into it, or you just never really dived into it. So what I want to do here is to give you some starting points to say, hey, you know what? You can listen to this, and that kind of make your way into, finding what you like about Prince. And I wish I would have had that back in the day when I first started, which I guess, it was about the Purple Rain time, but I wasn't very aware of the stuff before that. I had heard of it, but it just didn't click with me. And so I had to sort of make that process on my own. So with this, we're thinking ahead to the future, to, the younger folks that, again, just haven't heard of Prince that deeply and are now like, I'm ready. So here go us we're ready for you. We're going to be the Jedi Masters for you today. So with that said, both of us have 5 albums that we are choosing to say, hey, this is what you start with, and then we'll kind of explain some of our decisions. So with that said, Violet, are you ready?
Sure.
All right. Well, in the words of Queen Latifah, ooh, ladies first.
Well, I don't know how you're going to feel about it, but it makes me laugh when you give me list things to do because number one, I'm an attorney, and number 2, I'm a Gemini. And you know how we feel about commitment to things where it's just a set. So every answer is it depends. And for me, it is very, very important who I'm talking to. I don't have just because my mind changes so much. So I can't just tell, and I want the person to enjoy it. That's super important to me too. So I don't have a just ready to go list. I need to know a little bit about who I'm talking to. So just that they're a new fan is not enough information for me. I need to know, is this somebody I'm trying to date and I'm trying to get them into it? So I'm giving them that. Or is this somebody who is a musician? Is this somebody who only likes funk? Or, you know what I mean? And the other thing is because Prince has so many different genres, you know what I mean? All of that stuff can play into it too. So you asked for it.
Hey, give it to us. So whatever criteria you want it to be.
Yeah. So, I mean, and the other thing is I have my favorite albums, but like I said, it's not about me. It's about the other person. I want the other person to enjoy it. Like that's extremely important to me. So I don't know. I mean, everybody knows 1999 is my favorite album, but you should listen to it. You should definitely listen to it. I'll say that. I'll just start with, since it's my favorite, I don't really think that's a good reason for other people to listen to it, but we'll just start with that.
No, that does make a difference because, we're also going by, our tastes, also go into our decision-making process. So, no, that's great. So 1999 is one of the ones you're picking?
Yeah, I'm going to start there.
Solid choice. I mean, one of the great
It's like albums. A must listen to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would imagine most people that even just have a general knowledge of Prince have heard the song 1999, for instance, and probably heard Little Red Corvette. So if you know those songs, this would be the album that though. So imagine what else is on that record.
Yeah, that I mean, that's one of the reasons why it's my favorite. It's like the best song. You got DMSR on the same album as Little Red Corvette on the same album as. I mean, there's so many. I get excited talking about it. So maybe that's a good album for. Yeah, that's a good album for me to start.
Yeah, that's now you said DMSR, Lady
It's got
Cab
too many.
Driver.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like all those songs on the same album.
Yeah, that
can't go wrong.
Ridiculous. That album.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, actually, well, I'm getting loud. Yeah, you listen to 1999, and that's the first thing you listen to. You're gonna be blown away.
Like you're hooked.
Like all these songs. You're right.
All those songs on the same album. That's yeah.
I like that. Well, here's one of my picks. And I guess I'll say, for me, I'm talking to the person that, again, doesn't know much about Prince. And what I want them to know is this. I want them to know how well-rounded Prince was and that he was in different styles. And, so there's the stuff and maybe you didn't know this existed. So with that said, one of my picks would be Madhouse 8.
Oh, okay.
Which is, you could call sort of Prince's jazz funk type of record. But my reasoning behind picking this is because I don't think most people, again, general knowledge of Prince, would have no clue about this. And I think that most people don't associate this type of music with Prince.
Yeah, that's fair.
I would love to be able to say, yo, put this on.
Yeah.
You'll see a side of him you had no idea maybe, and then trip off of this. That's him doing everything except the horns. So you think that's a band or something? No, that's Prince. So that would be one of my.
I like your thinking on that. I'm just like, I like it. That could work. That could work.
All right. So Madhouse 8, and let me say, that came out in 1987, January of 1987. So you get a 1987 jazz Prince, and it's funk. With that said,
I like that part where it's him and you were trying. Yeah, that makes sense to me. I could see that. I could see that. Yeah. But now you get to do your second one, and then I'll respond to that.
Okay. My second one, man, I didn't want to put these in any kind of order, but I will say my second one is the Rainbow Children album.
Oh.
And again, right. I say this album to say, again, you've probably never heard this record.
Yeah, that's
and right. It's easy to identify Prince with the Purple Rain song or When Doves Cry or something, but this is another side of Prince that is throughout his career. I think Dirty Mind, to me, Love Sexy Album, Controversy are in the vein of this to me, but this is a very mature Prince. This is Prince at, in my opinion, mastery of his instrument and of his song creating abilities. And it is also the band playing with him or the other musicians on this. It's a master work in terms of like, this is Prince after all of the years of everything else. This is what it sounds like when a guy has been playing for 30 years and is still cold with it. He's still like got something to say on the pen, even if it's not popular. He's still a rebel with it, but it's smoothed out and refined. And again, the musicianship is stellar. And it's a very opinionated album. Like whether you like the themes or not, he don't care. And to me, that's Prince. Like he's like middle finger. I'm talking about this, and you better get in line with the theocratic order. But so yeah, that's my second pick.
And so for me, because I love that album, love it. However, for a new person, depending on who that new person, because context is extremely important, and what I would shy away from that for a new person, depending on who they were, because I wouldn't want to turn people off. Because some people listen to music for different reasons, right? Mm-hmm. And some people, because I've talked to people from like overseas and different places about that album. And for some people, they're personally offended by things that are in there. So you have to have a conversation. And I'm always like, remember what I said about people enjoying it. I just don't want to turn them off. Like they don't even listen to the album because it's so great. I want them to be able to get through it, but they might have to build up a love for him before they can manage that, if that makes sense.
I can understand that reasoning, but to me, it's like any album or any art can offend somebody, right? It's a matter of preference on that person. I think I can agree with this in a sense to say this could seem like a very heavy piece of work, but I think again, for somebody who doesn't know much about it, I want them to know that he can go there. So my picks are on, yeah, he can go way past what you may think he is, and it's a lot deeper than what you think. I just think that this is diving to the deep end a little bit, but you can swim. You know, you'll be all right. We ain't gonna let
you. Yeah, they'll be all right. I just, like I said,
drown. But it's with love. But I just think I think musically, it is a badass record. Like even just listening to. So I don't know.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah. Last thing I would say in response to that, I don't know if a new listener would have the expectations or expectations that a long time listener would, where they would be offended by it.
Oh no, I meant what like the subject matter is personally offensive to people of certain backgrounds. That's what I mean. So it's not about, not about, does that make sense? So like
absolutely.
Because people take things the wrong way and that kind of stuff.
But see, that to me, I guess somebody could argue the same point about a hip hop record that was a classic. Like, would you give them a Public Enemy or something? You're just gonna have to be if that's what you're offended on.
Yeah, but you know what? For me, I don't
look in yourself with that. But anyway, I'm shut up.
I'm like, I hear you. Yeah. It's a great album. I don't disagree on that. I'm just only in the context of a new listener. I'd be like, I feel like I would have to qualify it a lot before. Okay. So that's why I wouldn't pick it. So then a second album, because I'm just thinking of albums I like. I mean, Love Symbol, but because every song on there is amazing, right? And he's got 3 Chainz of Gold, which is completely a rock opera type situation. But then you have Damn You, which of course I have to bring up because that's my favorite song on there. But then you got Sexy MF, which is funky. So there's all kinds of different things happening. It's a different sound. I don't know. I almost feel like new people should listen to an album from each era just because the band, like sometimes he's recording alone. Sometimes he's recording with the band. Sometimes it's a different band, and all of those sounds are different. So, but I'll go with Love Symbol for my second album.
Okay, I love that record. I love that. Yeah. If I had to, I know this is tough. If I had to ask you, and if you had to answer, what are like the 2 top songs on that record?
On Love Symbol?
Yeah.
Damn You. I don't have to listen to anything else on there. Like, I mean, that's it. I'm good. But I like all of To the Nines. I love that song. I just love that whole album. I'm gonna be honest, but Damn You that's one of my all-time favorite songs, period. Just that song. So it's easy to pick that one off of that.
Okay.
Oh, for sure. I'm a love song person, absolutely. And what is one of the things that Prince is best at? See what I'm saying? So it's real easy for me. Plus I love rock. You see what I'm saying? So it's real easy for me.
I'm not mad at that choice. Not at all.
What's your favorite song off of that album?
Love to the Nines.
Yeah, that's a great song.
And then God Created Woman.
That's a good song too. Yeah. Nice and jazzy and funky. Yeah, I like that one too. It's just a good album. I like it. Now, honestly, I like every song on that album, but that's me. I even like 3 Chainz of Gold. I know some people don't. Some people say it's like a Bohemian Rhapsody knockoff, but see, I like Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm a big Freddie Mercury fan too. So I'm like, I'm not mad. I like it all. I love that album.
That album, I guess it's not a problem, but I'll be lying if it was hard for me to get past, it wasn't hard for me to get past it. I would skip it was My Name is Prince. I wasn't at the time.
That's fair. That's fair. No, I hear you. I'm not I get it. Yeah, I would put that one on the lower level of songs that I know that album. So it's like I feel differently about it now, but that's fair. I hear you. Yeah.
But then it's like Love to the Nines. I remember just hearing that for the first time. I was just like, it was like everything I've been waiting to hear from Prince after Love, Sexy and stuff.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, because this is after Diamonds and Pearls. I just felt like Love to the Nines was like, I just heard the Prince I loved in that.
See, that's how I feel about Damn You, because speaking of diamonds and pearls, right? Mm-hmm. So you have Insatiable and then you have Damn You. And in my mind, because the age I was, those things kind of run together for me. It makes sense for me to gravitate towards that song.
Got it.
Yeah.
Damn You.
Yeah.
All right. So we did that was our second picks.
Yeah.
So I guess it's on you now.
Yeah, I'm trying to think where I would want to go for a third album. Should I go older or newer, or I don't know, because I like them all. Depends on the age, because the person, if they're under a certain age, like I would say Dirty Mind, but it depends on how old the person was.
Sure, okay.
That was asking me. I might have to check with their parents to see if that was all right. But yeah, I think that Can I have two that are at the same level to me? Can I say Controversy and Dirty Mind, and they have to listen to them
sure, at the same time? I'm breaking the rules. What the rules are made to be broken.
Hey, I asked permission. I asked. I'm just you should listen to that as one long thing. Just play one after the other and learn all of that, because that's a thing.
Now, you don't think somebody would be offended by Dirty Mind?
No, not personally. Like if it's things that you don't like to do yourself or whatever, but your personal background is different than things that you like to do. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like you can be like, oh, I would never do that, versus you feel a certain way about people like me. Those things are different. So that's what I mean when I say being offended.
Or something.
Yeah, I don't listen to that song at all, but I don't know that it would. I would probably just warn the person that it was there. Like, I would be like, because I've listened to it once. I will never have listened to it again. I'm good. Yes, that's how I feel about that song. I'm good. So I would mention that to the person if I was telling them to listen to it.
Now, that would be a hell of a thing to say, like, oh, by the way. And we're not
no. I would say it, though.
Out here, so I don't want this video to get flagged. But there's a song about blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I should listen to this one. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, but I would rather that than they listen to it and they go, so there's this song. You ain't even tell me. Like, I thought we were cool. Like, I would rather them know.
All right. So Dirty Mind, spectacular album.
Dirty Mind / Controversy.
Okay. Ooh, okay. Didn't they used to sell those together back in the day at some point?
Oh, I
remember there was I don't know if it was a double cassette thing or something. Okay. I remember seeing that. I've seen it once at Tower.
You said cassette, so
yeah. So that's how far.
So that tells me something.
Really age shaming over there.
No, I'm just saying that puts me in a certain frame of mind. Remember, I just said context. Context is everything. Okay.
All right. So great pick. My next pick, I'm actually doing a compilation album, and it's the one called Ultimate Prince.
That's a good idea.
To me, that's a great choice. So my reasoning behind this is, and I'm going to use Sly Stone. Family Stone is a perfect example. I'm old, but I ain't that old. Like, I wasn't around when Sly was popping. I would hear the songs just through pop culture and different things. Sometimes not even knowing who sang the song, but Hot Fun in the Summer. I had no idea who that sung that, but I remember I always liked it when I would hear it.
Gotcha.
Or Family Affair, or some of these songs, but I had no idea who it was. And then one day, somehow, I remember I got the Sly and Family Stone's Greatest Hits album, or maybe I had that on cassette, and I played it, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, this is who has been doing. Oh, that's them." And I was like, hearing some of these other songs, I was like, "And they have some I'm loving this." Never have heard the albums, but I started with that Greatest Hits. And those became some of my favorite songs of just music, period. Then that made me go buy.
Yeah. No, that's smart. That makes perfect sense to me.
Album, Stand and all that. So I say in this
that's
sense,
a great way. Yeah.
Prince is perfect for compilation greatest hits type albums, because let's face it, he's got 30 plus, probably 50 albums or more by the time you might hear this years later. And that's a lot of work. Yeah, and he's had super pop smash songs that you may not even know were Prince. I remember even back in like I said, when I really started getting into Purple Rain and Around the World in a Day, and I remember I went back and got 1999 because I had never actually owned it myself.
Okay.
I had heard some of the song. I remember when Delirious came on. And I was like, I've heard this before. What I mean? This was like a hit. They would play this in Seattle on the pop radio. I had no idea who it was.
Gotcha.
And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that's neat.
You'll hear songs on this compilation that you'll go, oh yeah, I saw that in a TikTok meme or da da da. You know what I mean? And you'll know, oh, this is, and then that may lead you to say, well, if I like this song Cream that well, the album that it comes from got to be bomb. So let me go click on the playlist and jump to that album. So I think Ultimate Prince will give you that. Also with this album, particularly at the time when it came out, was unique for is it actually had the 12-inch versions of the songs on the album as well. And it had specifically Let's Go Crazy, which now you can get this on other packages, but it had Let's Go Crazy. It has something that I don't think is released on any other format. The Pop Life 12-inch is on there, which I don't know if that's been released since then. She's always in My Hair 12-inch, Raspberry Beret, the Kiss extended version. So it has a lot of cool stuff. And I think if you're just starting out, it would be an excellent place to go. But keeping in mind, this album goes from, let's say, Prince's first record all the way to Diamonds and Pearls. Oh, no, all the way to the Symbol album. Excuse me, because 7 is on here.
Okay. I was thinking.
So it came out around, I think it came out right after the Symbol album, period. So Ultimate Prince would be mine.
Yeah, that's a good pick. Yeah, I like it. No complaints there. That's perfect because that goes back into what we were talking about earlier, where you can kind of see him from different eras all at once. So yeah, that's a great one. That's like the number one answer, I think.
Maybe.
That's what I think. So was that your fourth?
That was my third.
Okay. So then you have to say what your fourth is.
All right. So my fourth. All right. Quickly for me, the fourth again to show the range of Prince. I want them to also know that he's one of the funkiest cats to do it. Period. And so my second one would be The Times' second album. What Time Is It? Because I want you to also know this dude was a producer.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He had smash hits. And to hear this, I think if somebody's to hear this, and maybe you have seen Morris Day, or maybe you've heard there's a Tupac song that had 779311 or something. Maybe you heard that sample somewhere. Now you're gonna hear the real song and be like, yo, this is like my uncle, my older uncle, and then they be, pop lock, or this is what they be jamming to. So I want you to hear that. Yeah, Prince. Yeah, that dude was who he is, but he was also, let's be very clear, he had the culture in a stranglehold at this time. And he would, and with that, he had a group called The Time where he put all of that funky stuff into them and had them go out there. And of course, I like people to know that Morris Day, I think I saw Ice-T said this online recently. Morris was like one of the first players, pimp like dude that was in the music, that was cold with it. You know what I'm saying? It was smooth. They wasn't dressed in street clothes. They was suited and booted, player about it. And that was Prince. All of that's stemming out of Prince as well. And I think people should know, yeah, that's all Prince. He could have sang that, and he did. So that'd be my pick.
Okay, I like it. I think I'm gonna go all the way back to the beginning and go with For You, because I think, to me, and I actually do say, I say this quite often, it's a perfect introduction to him because it's just him. So you get an idea of, oh, this is what he can do. You know what I mean? And you got like the very last song, I'm Yours. Mind blowing, thinking this is one person doing all. Yeah. So I'm going to go there. I love it. And that's another one. Every single song on the album, every single song. Even, yeah.
Listening to the songs that you have been talking about, that album is you all day. Like, I'm serious. Like that is it. That's R&B,
Crazy You, and
the soul Prince. You know what I mean? If that was all Prince would have been, it would have been one of the greatest R&B debut albums from this kid. And you're like, whoa, this guy's way beyond. It almost, it's funny. I'm just For You almost reminds me in just the way it feels, the Brown Sugar album by D'Angelo. In a sense that they're both very much R&B,
think about
soul type albums, very heavily layered falsettos on both.
Which I love.
That's what I'm saying. They kind of sonically, in some ways, are very much. Obviously, D'Angelo is a disciple of Prince, so it's seeping with Prince. But I'm making me think of that. But yeah, For You is. I remember when I first got that one, I just couldn't believe. I was like, he sounds like this. Like,
I love it. I love that falsetto voice. It's a different. There's an innocence. There's a longing for people to see this great talent he had. You can hear that like that. That's like I said. If you want to know who Prince is, to me, that's what that album is.
Yeah. Another thing that comes to mind with that is like a El DeBarge at times.
You know how I feel about El DeBarge.
They all just that same space, like
yeah, baby, that song. Oh, I can listen to that just on a loop, just over. I love that song. I love that song. I just love that album. The whole, the only thing I don't listen to on that one is So Blue. I don't really listen to that one, but every other song, Soft and Wet, which is you're in a different area with that one. And then, like I said, I'm Yours. That one's more. It puts me in the mindset of Bambi, which I love as well. Because like I said, it's the two things I love, the rock and the slow jam.
My favorite song on that record is My Love Is Forever.
I love that song. Love it, love it, love it. I like every song. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. It's just so, and it's just like there's a flow to it, it's groovy. It's like, I don't know.
That's
you just sit back with it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Has he ever did he ever do that live? Like, I don't
think so. But that's something to look into. I'd love that.
Yeah, what if they had now the estate? If you find, let me give you a public service announcement. Let me give you some easy game. People at the estate, if you come across a copy of My Love Is Forever, put that out. ASAP. Like if you
please
demo version, or there's some other something, or there's a live take, or man,
please.
Or if you cover a video of Prince performing during that era, like just playing the piano or something, or whatever.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we'll look that up.
Singing Baby. Oh my God. Anything like that. And with that hair that he had, oh my God.
Yeah, that's something we don't.
We lose our minds.
Yeah, video footage of that era of Prince. Like,
we lose our minds. We will lose our minds.
Yeah. All right.
So that was my fourth.
Okay. Was that? Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
We did 4.
I believe so.
Oh, we. Well, I'm gonna do like you. I'm gonna throw my flag down. Sorry, because I actually had 6 on here. I wasn't supposed to do, but these next 2 I have to include. So
okay.
So it's on. It's your turn.
How's it my turn?
I thought you do 2 and then, or do 1 and then you do your next one.
Okay, let me see. Out of these that
I can go if you.
Because I'm looking at the albums. I'm like, because I like them all. So I'm like,
at this point though.
So
we only got 1 left, huh?
Yeah, and that's why I'm taking my time. I'm like, hold on.
Well, I already know. I think both of us are gonna pick the same one here.
Oh, well then what are we picking?
One or the other.
This is me. So tell me what we picking. Okay.
Well, I would say Sign of the Times.
I knew you would pick that because Adore is on that album. So of course you would pick that. Of course.
Because of Adore. Okay, so you're not.
I mean, if I was your girlfriend's on there, so I'm good.
So that wasn't your pick.
No, that's you. That's you. You're Mr. Adore, and I do love that song. I feel you, but no. Because I only got 1 left. So.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and do. I'll just say this what I'm gonna say on this. Sign of the Times. And I'm sorry, I am gonna have to have 1 more pick. But Sign of the Times is to me a Rainbow Children pick in the sense that it is deep Prince. It is a more mature Prince from what he came from before. But I think it's also one of the first records. This will sound weird to say, but I think Prince became a serious artist in a sense.
You mean to fans, or what do you mean?
To the community of music, to his fans, yes, to other musicians and people in music. Was like it went okay. Yeah, Prince was doing this, and all that stuff you knew him for. This almost the Prince stick in a sense, and that's not saying it in a negative way. But I think at this time is when it just felt like a more concerted effort to, well, I'm not just going to do the obvious, you knew a girl named, all of those.
Yeah, it was very different. It was a departure.
And be, there's some political, societal things. I'm going to speak on this, and I'm not coming with the fast song that you think I'm going to just come out. He came out doing a blues joint, essentially, but just in his version of it. But that's what, I'm talking, he was on his Bob Dylan, like, oh, he's on a folk type of, it's still Prince. So I think it was the first time he became the serious, what that one dude, was it Bono? He's not just a song and dance, man. But I can get I see why he said that, because it's like, yo, Prince is, yes, he's the Prince that we know. Yes, he's now cultured, or like he's talking about, he sees what's going on in society. He's also obviously a master musician, songwriter, because these songs are from here, rock, soul, jazz, spiritual. It's just all over the place, soulful, and every one he's nailing it. Every style, wow. And he's given himself room to breathe on this record, where it's another double record. But it's as much as 1999 is a double record, to me, 1999 stays in that box of what it is.
Yeah.
That sound. This album is, like I said, whoosh, and then to me, a song like Housequake, which is so easy for me to take for granted because I've heard it so many times. But if you were to think about hearing that for the first time, that is such a step up from what Prince has done before, in a sense of like, okay, this is basically rap. It's also some James Brown. It's so funky, and it sounds like it's live. It doesn't sound like the drum machine, and he's killing it. And his voice, it's just such a, it comes out of nowhere. And it's funny, it's funny and witty, and just, it's incredible. And then, of course, like,
oh, that night, yeah.
I mean, then he becomes the ultimate Stevie Wonder, the ultimate Marvin. It's just like, whoa, Prince this is serious. This guy is, and it doesn't sound like I'm not dissing these people. It doesn't sound, and I'm gonna say this, but I love these guys. It doesn't sound like a Silk Sonic or something that feels like they're doing that.
Well, they were doing that.
Right. But this feels like it is that, though.
Because it is.
It doesn't feel like an homage to nothing.
Exactly.
It feels like it is that era, but it's him. And I thought it was a different, so it was just like, whoa, this is serious. And then just each song is just like, the live song on here, Gonna Be a Beautiful Night, that is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's right. I can go with you on that.
And of course, Adore is ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man. If I Was Your Girlfriend is, again, it is the greatest. And I'm saying, like, it is the love child to Sly Stone and everything. But it's its own thing.
For sure.
It doesn't feel like and again, I'm not disrespecting this brother. I love this brother. But in the same way, Lenny Kravitz, can have these rock songs and they sound, wow, that sounds just like something Zeppelin of them did. But it makes you say that. But you don't say that with the Prince that he was. Sure. Like, he's just like, yo, this is some. Yeah, this is like some Sly, but this ain't like, this is some Prince. Like, whoa, what? And it's not that it all sounds like it's what he's saying is so damn witty. It is so damn compelling. The penmanship, if I was your girlfriend, is ridiculous. Like, he's not only tip top on the music production, his pen game is ridiculous. And then the vocal delivery is just slapping you in the face and like, oh, this guy is ridiculous. You know, it's just,
and the ad libs at the end when he's, just, it's just off script, just saying things.
And it all works.
It works
brilliantly, and you want to play it again.
Yep.
It doesn't overplay its stay, but it's like, God, I want to hear that again.
Yep.
Starfish and Coffee, just it's just like you like. I was listening to it the other day as I've listened. I always try to like put myself into the mindset. Like, I never heard this before. Like, how crazy is this song? It sounds like he just jumped into the funkiest version of Sesame Street, an electric company, and the Wiz all slamming each other. You know what I mean? But it's like, God, this is great, man.
Yeah.
But so I could go on and on, but I think just Sign of Times, you just have, it's a great book. It is
that's a must have. Yeah. That's a must listen to.
One of the greatest albums of all time. And you can't help but hear something in there that you love. And if you live with it, it becomes even something else. So
I would agree with that. That's fair. So that was your fifth or sixth?
My fifth. That was my fifth. I do. So you have one. Go ahead.
I don't know, man. I'm like, I don't want to leave anything out.
Right.
I'm always, when it's something that's a little bit different, I'm always like a little cautious about telling new people about it because I just want people to like him. Right. And I don't want them to get turned off. New Power Soul is one of my favorite albums, and I know people don't dig it. I know they don't, but how can The One be a song on an album and you don't like it? How can Mad Sex be a song on an album and I'm sorry, I don't get it. I love that. Right. I'm sorry, but I do. And I'm like, yeah, y'all should listen to
that. That is so funny you picked that. On my original version of the list, I had that on there, but I was like, I know some people are going to hate so much.
Right. Exactly. That's how I felt saying it. Yeah. That's how I felt. I'm like, I felt like I have to qualify. It's like,
right. Yeah, that album. There's something about that album too that just stands the test of time. When I don't think you originally thought it would.
Yeah.
It has become one of my favorite.
It's one of my favorite
albums.
Sorry. Again, it has The One on it. I don't even have to listen to anything else, but it has The One on it. But and a lot of people don't get it. Come On, I love that. And I think one of the things with that album is hearing some of the songs performed live can kind of affect the way that you see it. So that might be part of it. But I love the album, and I also know people don't love that album.
Man, yeah, I still have my original CD.
Me too.
It's still in the car.
Cracked. The little case it's in is cracked, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't have the case, but
I do.
Woo. My favorite song in there is So You Think You Just Might Lose Your Mind.
Shooby-doo, yeah, because it's a great album. It is. I guess my second favorite will be Mad Sex, and then Come On. I love that album. I think it's great. I don't know. I know people don't dig it. I just don't know why. I don't. You know what I mean? I hear people say it, but I don't know what the complaint is.
To me, I always thought it was people who just didn't listen to R&B like that anyway, and they wanted to maybe hear the rock or whatever.
Okay.
But to me, it is such a Prince. To me, that's the ultimate. Actually, is that the 90s? That came out in the 90s.
Yeah, it's 98, and that's the thing is it sounds like Prince. It's very Prince. You know,
that's the finest piece of work from the 90s of Prince era for me personally. Like, everything is killed on. He killed all the styles. It sounds like it is of the time, but it still sounds like it is Prince, and it's funk. Damn near
it's definitely funky. Mad Sex is funky. I'm just saying, somebody you don't know, just put The One on and walk away. And you telling me they gonna hear that song, and I'd be like, let me listen a little bit. I'm just saying.
I feel you.
I mean, it is what it is.
What's that one? When you love somebody.
Yeah. I
So
don't
that's like
listen to
kind of
that one
funny.
as often. Yeah. I don't, out of all the songs on that album, that's one I don't listen to as often. Sometimes I'll let it play, but I don't get to that one as often. But Shooby-Doo, I'll listen to that one a lot. The rest of it I listen to kind of a lot. Oh, Freaks on This Side. Oh my God, we didn't even talk about that. Love that song. I'm sorry, that album is good. I don't care what people say. And he did that. He would do like some of the chants from that live. Like people can hate. I like that album. People should listen to it. It's funky. You got to get on down.
I even like the Dougie. Yeah, man.
Yeah, me too. I have all the singles, the different remixes of that. Yeah, the remixes are really dope, but I don't know that people really listen to that. So.
Right. All right, yeah. I can't be mad at that. Okay, I do have one more, only because I will say this. I think I was going to originally leave out Madhouse. But I still have it. That's why I have 6. But this next one is maybe obvious, but I feel like it would be a disservice to a newbie not to suggest it. Damn what fans may think. But I feel like Purple Rain.
I knew it.
Is a must.
I agree, though. I 100%
basics. Like it's to me, it's like, okay, don't act like you don't want to start with, but that's most of, but stop it. That ain't got nothing to do.
You should listen to it.
Quality of this record is ridiculous. If anybody try to tell you that the quality of the songs and production is not top tier on Purple Rain, they lying to you.
Yeah, they're wrong.
This better. Yeah, I didn't ask you if it's better. This is top tier Prince.
Yeah.
It is also a piece of Americana pop culture history.
Exactly.
And so I just like, you'd be a fool not to have the reason why a lot of we even talking about this.
Exactly. So, yeah, no, I 100% agree. And I didn't put it on the list because of the reasons you said. I was like, It seems too obvious, but you should listen to it. Like if you're getting into it because it's just the historical record part of it. Yeah, you should listen to it. And it's just as good. Yeah. Just sit and listen. Guess what song I'm gonna bring up? Just sitting there vibing to The Beautiful Ones.
Right.
And I love the whole album, right? But yes, I gravitate towards songs like that. And that's one of those ones you crank it up and just vibe out. Like, and there are parts of the song where like you're in outer space listening to it. It's a great album. I just love that whole album. It's a great one. Yeah. And yes, newbies should definitely listen to it. I agree.
Yeah, it's a fantastic record. I'm sure there will be songs that you have heard before, going back to what I was saying about Sly. But I think it'd be interesting to hear those songs in the context of the album and you see how it sort of plays. Like maybe I'm sure you've probably heard Purple Rain countless times and may have been halfway listening to it just because this just plays when you're walking through stores or stuff like that. But I think if you start at Let's Go Crazy and you just listen to this thing and the journey it takes, and then when you play Purple Rain, you'll be like, this song is way deep. You in your mind, it was just something you heard as elevator music, almost walking through Target or Walmart or something. But now you'll see, like, you might be damn near crying. Like, whoa, who is this guy? Like, if somebody gave a newbie person, and I'm being real here, gave them Purple Rain and said, yo, check this out, and you didn't know shit about Prince, you'd probably be like, yo, what the this album, who is this guy? Like, it started out with this kind of rock thing, and then it went into these crazy synth, slow songs and just techno, and then it was like this badass When Doves Cry, I never heard it. And then it ends with this like anthem. So what kind of album? I ain't never heard no album position like, you know what I mean? Like it was a story unto itself. It's so cinematic. And I just think your mind you'd have to be like, yo, I need to hear what else did he do?
Yeah.
This is crazy. And then to know that you're not going to get that album again, but you are going to get another head busting experience again. So this guy makes albums that are experiences. And this album is quite the experience. Like there's a reason why it is what it is. And there's Darling Nikki. Like that song is ridiculous.
I feel like you need that. He gave such great visuals.
Right.
You gotta watch the film.
Well,
Like
that's the other thing. And then when you realize
you
there's a
know,
movie that goes
exactly.
and
Yeah.
you can see him do those.
You gotta watch the movie. Like, yeah.
It'd be interesting to see what a new person who just heard the album and then got around to watching it. I wonder what they would think of. Like, wow, I heard the songs. I didn't envision them like this. Like,
Right.
whoa,
It would change their life.
That's what the 80s look like. Wow,
Exactly.
it does look very different.
Exactly.
Okay, one thing is funny. It was a few weeks ago or something. I was watching Purple Rain, just clips of it, and it's amazing when you focus, like when Morris and them are outside, when Morris and Billy are walking, or even when Prince is outside in his bike. Stop looking at Prince and Morris and look at the environment around them. It looks like they are in some other time period, like older than it looks so old. The cars are so, and they stand out to me like they don't, in my mind, like they don't even fit in that environment. But I have to remember, no, that was the 80s. Yeah. They were just on some other shit. They had their own style, but
they were creating something. That was lasting.
Yeah, but the clothing of other people and the regular people in the background of those cars, that was an old time ago. You're seeing the old cars from the 70s and 60s driving by. And I was like, man, this movie is such a time capsule. So I can only imagine somebody of today's age would see that and be like, wow, the 80s, it's crazy. That looks crazy. It looks wild. Look how
the Stranger Things fans will relate to it. I can imagine.
Yeah. And it's just like when you look at Prince and then you're like, wow, look how done up they are and so like into what they're into. They're not looking like regular people.
Not at all.
That's what made them special. Like they really took so much care into how they were presenting
his hair. I'm just gonna say it. His hair. He just had the best looks. And even today, you go back and look, and it's just like, wow. He just had the best looks.
Yeah, there's such care and attention to detail,
and so different from, like you said, the rest of the environment. Yeah.
All right. That was actually my 6th pick.
Yeah. I mean, I basically had 6 because I combined. So we're even.
Okay, cool. So let's do a quick recap. Just give us your 5 or 6 real quick.
So what did I say? 1999, because I'm always going to say that. Love Symbol. I said For You. New Power Soul, and that one more thing. What else did I say?
What? You said Love Symbol?
I said that second because that's always my second go-to. New Power Soul, that's a go-to for me. So I'm giving stuff that I like. For You, that's something that I like. I can't remember what the 5th thing I said was. I don't remember. Because I told you it depends for me. It's not a set. It's what mood am I in.
What was the other one that you said?
Look at that because I don't remember. Well, I guess my Dirty Mind controversy.
Oh, Dirty Mind
controversy. That's what was throwing me off. I was looking for 1. It was 2. That's why.
Yes. And then I did Purple Rain, Sign of the Times. What Time Is It? Rainbow Children, Ultimate Prince, and Madhouse.
Yes.
So there you go. And all of these records, except for Madhouse, are available to stream or purchase. But if you really look, you can find some of the Madhouse songs on probably YouTube or something. It is what it is. But wow. Okay. So there you go. Our 5 to 6 choices.
5 to 6.
New people. But I think you will enjoy and have quite the adventure. Either one of our picks or a combination is you're going to be like, wow, okay. Very interesting. Let me check it out. I hope you love it. With that said, we're about to get up out of here. Violet, thank you again.
No problem.
I appreciate it. And ladies and gentlemen, please like and subscribe to this video. And we'll see you next time. Peace. Work it like a job.